everybody. This is your boy Shaper Speaks. Let's get right into it. For those that are new to my channel, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button, and also keep in mind that I normally just talk about Marvel and DC related content. In tonight's video, as you guys see right here, The Flash, Season 7, Episode 6, The One with the 19s. Flash warning, y'all. Y'all know how it goes. The reason why it's called that is because our boys Chester and Cisco go back to 1998, December 4th, 1998 to be very specific. Now, why is that date so important? We'll get to that in a little bit. Now, let's break it down. Now, in the first bits of the first beginning of the episode, we see an unusually abnormal T-Rex just enter the streets of Central City, and right next to the jitters with a girl named Natalie. I'm thinking we're watching a movie or something. But no, it just happens to be a effect towards it because it's due to a temporal loop by a brand new force we all know now as the Still Force. Cisco coined them towards the very end of the episode. Might as well say, like I said, they went back to the late '90s, December 4th. Come to find out, this guy by the name of Dion controlled time due to the fact that on the very day that Cisco and Chester showed up. Mind you, I really enjoyed how basically they had their own little Back to the Future moment because, like I said, this kid Dion has the ability to control time, obviously, to his will, bend it to his will, and after having a nice talking to via Chester Pete, he was able to really realize, oh crap, I control my future and everyone else's, which is very eerie, even if he's the big bad. But we learned that the reason why Dion is so stuck in the past is because he literally had a chance to be in the NFL. And as a matter of fact, they made a modern reference to Pat Holmes, to which he said, I was supposed to be him. And whoever the athlete was, I apologize if I butchered his name, but he just simply said, I ended up getting injured. There was a second string quarterback that ended up taking my spot in the NFL combine. Because in that night of that game, championship game, I mess up my knee. I get injured. And now I have 4 pins in my knee. And I work at a used car salesman place, dealership. And is it me or is that like a stereotype? Like injured NFL players or football player, prime prodigy football players end up working in used car dealerships. What the hell is up with that? But no, it comes to find out that Chester actually had to confront a piece of his past as well. Like I said, December 4th, 1998 had a lot to do with Chester because that's the day, unfortunately, that his father passed away, made his transition. Now, Chester grew up thinking that his father cared more about his work than his son, but that was not the case. In fact, it was the exact opposite. Now, when Cisco and Chester are trying to get their temporal meter up and running, instrument working, they have to go past this certain particular technology, the one in which Chester's father actually purchases right in front of him. But Chester's too at that moment afraid to confront his father because due to time, preferences and time regulations is what I'll call it. And so Cisco's able to try to do it, but then Chester actually beats Cisco to the punch and actually confronts his father and says his name is John Boyega. But he ends up awkwardly hugging his father after his father explains to him why his father worked so hard. It was just before, so then that way his son could learn that another man's trash is another man's treasure, and to also always be resourceful and always just find a way to solve your own problems. Which is a very, like I said, very unorthodox and unconventional way in which a lot of melanated fathers tend to do, black fathers in particular. And I'm looking back at how my father would teach me certain lessons, and I realized that my father taught me how to strategize and solve my own problems via chess. He always told me something in particular when I was 15 years old, that whatever the mind conceives, it can achieve. And so this episode really brought back that memory in regards to my personal life. But anyway, they ended up actually creating their temporal isotope their isotope instrument, so then that way they can be able to track Furza, Sight, or any other of the lightning bolt people is what I'll call them because they just need to get a one up on their enemy, man. So like I said, Nora, Speed Force Nora, had a moment with Iris, learning that Barry's gonna be in his Barry burrito, which is brings him sentimentality and closure and warmth of his mother. That's what that whole thing simplifies. To which Nora felt like at a moment that I caused enough of a pain, I should just go back to my true form, which is lightning, which I thought would actually be pretty cool if she did that. Which I feel like she may just end up going back to very soon. But we also learn, obviously, she has the ability to have super speed, or even beyond that, actually. As in fact, as we see in the next previews of the next episode, she just completely is a little bit overbearing. Like she gives Barry a little bit too much juice, and I can only imagine how that's gonna go. Because you see at the very end of the episode when Iris offers uh, Nora, a place to stay and sleep for the night in the guest bedroom, you see Barry hesitates, and Nora picked up on that too, obviously. But Iris felt like that would be and provide Barry with more warmth and just happiness, to have his mother around him, since his actual mother actually was killed right in front of him, you know, to balance it all out. But I could see that, Barry was hesitant about it because one, he just woke up from out of a damn coma and didn't know what the hell was going on. So why the hell would Iris suggest such an act? But then two, what if we try to get a little frisky, girl? I've been in a coma for about this week, you know what I mean? Like, if I want to have some quality time with my wife, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to do that with my mother there. So I look forward to seeing what happens. And you also see Chester actually take out his father's schematics and his blueprints to his last project before he died in a car accident. He says, "All right, pops, I'm gonna finish what you started with," and I feel like that invention is actually gonna help them regulate and get the drop on most of their enemies that use those signature isotopes. So far we've dealt with uh, Sage Force, which is due to Psych. Now we're dealing with Steel Force, and now we're dealing with Strength Force, which is Furza. So the only color we have left now, I think, the other two I should say, is blue and yellow. I wonder what the blue one's about. You know what I'm saying? Because I wonder, and also we were gonna find Dion as well. But then also to cap this off, Captain Joe West, my boy, tells Captain Killer Frost that, hey, Kristen Kramer is coming out. She's former Army intelligence. She ain't nothing to play around with. Killer Frost, being a bad bee, says, all right, cool. Let's see if she's buzzing around. Let's see if she can sting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to seeing how that happens. But then also, I actually enjoyed the 1970s look too of the temper loop in which Dion was, he got heated in the discussion with Cisco and Chester, but Chester mainly. So I like that 1970s seeing my homegirl Iris, rock that fro and that dashiki and that black power for styles will be nice. But I'll get back with you guys, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button. I'm out.